What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm here with my girl Monique, Nicole.
Hello, hello.
Hey, welcome everybody to another Friday. I hope everybody had a good week. Been a lot going on this week, it seems, man. So, man, how was your week, Nicole?
It's been pretty good. Pretty good. Went by kind of fast though. These weeks are the year is wrapping up, man. Quick.
Man, that is definitely the truth, man. I start don't even get me to even think about that, and I start feeling old, man. I still don't look it too much,
Look
but
it, baby. You don't look it. That's the most important part.
right, right. So we got a lot to talk about. Got these couple main topics, but got other couple things to, weave in there as well. Kyrie Irving, always a mess. Seems he finds ways to do everything but play basketball. We're gonna get into Drake with Megan. What's your thoughts on that real quick?
Oh, I'm pissed. And
Mhm.
I'm a Drake stans, but I'm pretty disappointed. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to get to that because I don't know how I feel about that. So,
Hmm.
so I'm interested to see why you feel that way. Maybe it's
Okay.
something I missed. Okay, and I'll be sure for all us old folks. I don't know if you know about I'll be sure,
Yes.
but
I've
he
heard the
had a
book.
stroke and some other things, which I was like shocked. And he looked like he younger than his son almost. But that's the look. It ain't
Yeah.
always the feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we gonna go ahead and get into this. Young Slim, he say, bro, I've been waiting for you to talk about this. Well, I'm glad because here it is. We gonna go ahead and get into it. Samara says, love, I'll be sure. My girl Gina, what's up, Gina? She said, hey, Monique, and hey, chat. All right. All right, so we're gonna get into this Kyrie first and talk about this dude, man, because he just straight, I don't know what the hell is going on with him, man. So last year, I'm gonna backtrack. Last year, Kyrie Irving found a way not to find a way to get on the court again by not taking the vaccine. He never plays a full season, always got some reason. And when I was talking about that, some people was talking about, oh, well, he this, he that, he a free thinker, and and I'd rather, and then we got into a side conversation. They said they'd rather
Mm-hmm.
have Zach LaVine than Ben Simmons, which how's that looking right now? So now here come Kyrie Irving. Why post this about a movie? Why just play ball? Even Kevin Durant said that. Monique, what are your thoughts on that? While I pull up a couple things about
Yeah.
Kyrie.
So the thing is, I don't know enough about the book. So I'm not sure what exactly the tone is, what's the rhetoric. Is it truly offensive? Is it truly anti? Yeah. Or, because it seems like you can't really say much nowadays. So
And
I'll
I
start.
got news also 1 hour ago, Nike suspended they deal with him. They gonna
Oh,
let these brothers know you gonna say this, you gonna be walking with no shoes.
and I really wish the black community had the same power as that community.
Man,
Stuff
really?
that we have endured from the beginning of time till now, and we get so disrespected day in and day out. But this one group has so much power to where if you say one opposing thing, you are done for. And I don't know what to make of it. Now,
We need to stress education and have more people in positions of power, at least whether you may own the company or not. At
yeah.
least if we have more young African Americans in Fortune 500 companies, maybe we can, hold people accountable for misrepresentation, which is something I'm gonna show after this story.
Okay.
But yeah.
So
Now,
I'm
as far as the book and movie,
yeah.
I haven't seen or read either one, but I did look it up, and it is on Amazon, and it's not like almost #1 on Amazon. It's on Amazon Video, so you can watch it on demand. But they shot the price up, so they want $50 to buy it, and they want like was some absurd amount to rent it, and so I didn't do it. And what it basically looks like to me, I haven't seen it, but it looks like if you all have ever seen the Hebrew Israelites that be on YouTube, and they be like, "You are the devil. You will be my slave in the new future." You are the devil, and you are mine. I'm gonna have 100 slaves like you. What? That's what they be on the corner in New York doing that. And see, the problem with certain things in life that you have to be aware of, and some people know this at a younger age, some people have to learn through experience. You know, he's only 30, but he's not that young, but you should know better still. But you'll realize that the best lies or misinformation has truth in it. I'm not going to say that this movie or book is lies or misinformation because I haven't seen it, so I don't know what it's about. You know, definitely. But I think that you should be aware of things, you know, especially as you get older, to know I need to do more research. If I see one thing or two things, maybe I should, you know, see more, you know.
Yeah, I'm conflicted because I know Kyrie has his ways, and it's, you know, it's the way he goes about things sometimes that rubs people the wrong way.
He thinks he's smarter than everybody. He thinks he's better than everybody.
But when I watched his press conference and the way he broke it down, it was clear that it did not come from a malicious place. So it's like, once that is kind of said, is that not enough? Like, you know, it's just,
all right.
You know, it might be his arrogance though, because he kind of went back and forth with the reporter, so maybe that turned people the wrong. You know, it's so much to it, but
a couple things happen. You are right. It is so much to it. So here's a couple things that we all can relate to, but this younger generation doesn't. So I got some people that work for me and stuff, and I have this problem all the time, and it is this: if you're I'm not going to say I'm boss or I'm a boss, but if you're a supervisor or you're a boss or owner or your job is calling you, pick up the phone. And so they said the owner or the president of the Nets was reaching out, calling him, and he wouldn't return the calls, and they only could go through his agent. Well, if I'm the one that cut your $20 million a year and you don't pick up my phone, oh man, now we got a problem, period. I don't care what it is. If I'm calling you and I'm your, you know what I mean? Now it's a serious other situation, and you playing me like I'm your bill collector and I'm the bill payer. You know what I mean? So, you know, and then he's doing something where you're offending a lot of people. He's at the end of his contract. You know, you've already shown that you're not a durable player. You have always some controversy, whether it's the vaccine, now it's this. You've said other things to keep yourself in the news, and it's all for reasons. You just ruined the Nets season again. And they paid and did a lot to get him, Kevin Durant, and all these people there. And it's just for nothing. They accomplished nothing. They got 2 wins and like 6 or 7 losses so far. They're in last place. Damn. I mean, it's horrible. And you know, it's just sad, man. If I'm paying you $20 million and you don't answer the phone, you know, how is that, Monique? You relate to that when the boss is calling, or you the boss calling? And can they just not answer the phone and blow you off?
I ain't the boss, child, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you've had supervisors or a boss call you. You blow them off?
No, absolutely not.
There you go. So, you know, I may not want to answer the phone or feel like it, but that ain't, you know, your friend. Yeah. That ain't, you know, homeboy. That's your job. That's your money. And they suspended him without pay. And that's when he apologized.
Yeah. Well, they came down on him. You're right. Yeah, that's when he finally apologized. But I just, yeah. We're at a time, it's like you really can't. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. My cat.
Yeah. Y'all in the comments and watching on the replay, let me know if you the boss or your boss call. Is it okay not to answer the phone? Put a 1 if that's okay. 1 is okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. B1 if it's okay not to answer the phone and say forget them. And put a B2 if that ain't cool. Yeah, would say they just destroyed the Wizards. Yeah, because they out of town. They don't have to hear the local media of New York hounding them about Kyrie. Once again, they get to get away from Kyrie and Ben Simmons' bum self and all them people. Kevin Durant still is a top 2-3 player in the world. I mean, Kevin Durant still amazing. And he went and took that frustration out on the Wizards. But could they do that night in and night out? I doubt it. They need help.
You know, and then you heard that Kyrie and the team are donating $500,000, right, towards.
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna pull that up. They sent the money back. They said they don't want the money. Now you know it's bad when they don't want your $500,000 and they send it back.
Oh snap!
Yeah, they mad at Kyrie. People. And this is something I was telling somebody else recently. When people talk to you, explain stuff to you, give you chances after chances, and then you do stuff like that, they're like, man, we're done with you. And it looked like he might be out the NBA almost because this is last year of his contract. It's not like he got 2 or 3 years left and they stuck with him. No team has to sign you. We've seen them do this to athletes before. I mean, Antonio Brown, they took Tom Brady begging for him to get back in. You know, so in NBA players before, it say the Anti-Defamation League is rejecting Kyrie's $500,000 donation. That's bad, huh?
Is it that deep? I don't see. This is what I don't know. Are they doing the whole cancel culture thing? Like, you know what I mean? Is it really that necessary? Are you making an example out of him? Like this, that's where I get a little bit like, are you really offended? Or is it like, oh, the audacity? Let's show him. I don't know. So it's hard for me to like really pick a side.
Right. I think it's both of those. And I did see some people that are from the offended, you know, community speak on that. And so what they were saying is that if we feel offended, then it shouldn't matter if like if I say something to you and you say you offended, it doesn't matter if I say, but you shouldn't be, or but why? I didn't really say, you know what I mean? If it's hurting you, then I'm supposed to respect that. You know what I mean? So I kind of relate to that in a sense. And so they saying that because he said that, the video is now #1 on Amazon and getting more attention. And so they're looking at it as like, you're helping to spread something that makes us feel this way. Now, whether we want to say you shouldn't, just like I say, if I said something to you that offended you, I could say you shouldn't. But if that's how you feel, maybe I may feel you wrong, but if you still feel offended, you know what I mean? So it's a tricky situation nowadays with that. But that movie wouldn't be #1 on Amazon right now if it wasn't for him bringing attention to it. Now they using it to make money. I'm not about to pay $45 for seeing it either. So So in a way,
that's absurd. That is absurd.
Right.
What? $45. That is gas money.
That's true. L1 said B1. It depends on the situation. Sometimes the boss may want you to work and it's your off day and you're busy. Okay, and haven't picked up before. That is true, but you still need to pick up and say no. Some people don't know how to say no. so they just don't pick it up, or they don't want to feel like the bad guy, or the boss sometimes will maybe not understand you got the right to say no on your day off. So I can get all of those situations. Me, I ain't never had a problem telling somebody no. I try to actually shape my life into not being in situations where people be like, man, you know I did this. Oh, how you gonna say no? And I've been here and did this, or you know I took you and did this or that. No, I ain't got none of that. So if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't, I'm not. And ain't no, but I did this. Oh, you, you know. So not that I try to say
called something like From Hebrews to Negroes, right, or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah.
I'm really curious to know what's really in the book. Is it true? You know, I just it's bothersome.
I'm a TV guy. Yeah, I do have a lot of books, but I will prefer to watch the movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably better to get the book because they can always take the movie off if you want to see it or not.
Oh,
It's not on disc. Yeah, I looked to see if it was on disc because I like to have disc if I'm gonna buy something for $40, but I wasn't about to buy that for no $40. Because like I say, from the trailer, which the trailer is horrible, one of the worst. I don't know what that was. It looked like a VHS tape, and it didn't show nothing. I don't know what you couldn't tell what that was looking at the trailer. So
damn.
Yeah, so you know, I wasn't about to buy it for that much, but if it was $1.99, I might have watched it. So but yeah, nah, they too. Matter of fact, let me see. I got it. Let's see. I'll tell you right quick how much what it was. I just saw that price. I was like, "Are you crazy?" And they got about 5 different movies up here. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whoever made this made like 5 different movies. And this movie is from 2018. They want $11.99 to rent it and $49.99 to own that movie. That looked like it was made on VHS, but it's not always about the quality. It's a documentary, so it's not like they was making Star Wars.
Is it documentary style?
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you this, and I want to get your reaction to this one. All right. Okay. We would talk about the Black community and how we need to, you know, hold people accountable and this and that. Do you know who Conor McGregor is?
The name sounds familiar. Should I know who that is?
Not necessarily if you're not into sports, but he was UFC Irish, got the big old ass talking crazy.
Yes, okay. I know you're talking about.
Well, him and his family, they love Halloween. It's just a great, great holiday in their family. Okay. And you know, he wanted to be, you remember the movie Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks? Well, he wanted to be, yeah, definitely. Well, he dressed up as Frank Abagnale Jr. and look at his mom. That's Conor McGregor's mother in blackface. He tried to play it down and say, no, it's not blackface. She's just a little shaman.
What?
That's my mom. She's beautiful. Conor McGregor team denies that it's an unfortunate blackface interpretation for Halloween. How do you interpret this? What are your thoughts on this?
Oh my God.
And she's Irish because he Irish as his mama.
I'm trying to think. They're trying to be like the movie because nobody black in that damn movie.
This ain't got nothing to do with that movie.
He's rolling skulls. What is this? What is she supposed to be?
Man, I'm gonna read it, and you guys in the comments put a C1 if Conor's mom is okay with this costume, and put a C2 if hell no. It says that hold on, his mama is 63 years old and dressed as a ghoul risen from the grave. That's who she is. Ghoul still risen from the grave. Here's some more pictures of her. She even posed right here. Look at her.
Oh my gosh.
Is she a ghoul from the grave, or is she in blackface and tried to redo it?
It's blackface. Now, whether or not that was her intentions, I don't know, but she definitely doing blackface.
Why even go there? Like, that's, yeah, like, man, I
don't
get it.
why a ghoul would be dark. Like, why dark skin? I don't understand.
Young Slim said, wow, now let's do to him what Jews do to us when they're upset. That's why we need more people to go to school and get be CEOs, because we don't run enough stuff to do nothing. We can take our dollars and not buy and spend stuff, but then that's even difficult. What do you think about what can we do? Can we do something? Should we? Will we be able to?
I don't know, because something should have been done a long time ago. Like, the disrespect that we face day in and day out. I mean, Black people are literally being gaslit like every single day of our lives. Like, every day is just, we have to prove what. Why do we have to prove our history? Why do we have to prove what we've been through? Why do we have to prove why Black Lives Matter? I just think it runs really deep, and I just feel like if it hasn't already happened, I just don't see it happening. And I know that sounds really terrible, but I just look at what's happened so far in our history.
We actually losing ground, because we was the second largest minority in the country. Now we behind Hispanics. We losing ground. They have mayors and governors and stuff. We losing. We got Herschel Walker.
You
being in Georgia, that was kind of
that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, man. Hey, while we stop, make sure y'all go and subscribe to my girl channel, Monique Nicole. The link is in the description. Look, lovely lady working hard out here in these YouTube streets.
Yes, sir.
You know, go ahead and look out for my girl. New distro Airwaves said Hershey Walker. Hi, I'm a Hershey Walker. I play the ball. I don't believe in the voices unless it's for me and my people. Then I write a nice card and say, feel better, Sue. Thank you for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Hershey Walker, that boy is something else.
He is something else. You see, his son stopped talking, so they got to him. They told him to be quiet.
Hershey Walker. All right, so I got another thing to throw in right quick before we go to the next topic that I'm actually kind of sad about. I wanted to do reviews about this, and I tried the first season. So every season I kept saying I was going to do the review, never did. I still watched it and loved it, and that is Westworld. And Westworld has been canceled. I don't know how many people watch Westworld, but damn, this last season, I'm like, they must have spent $1 million an episode. It looked like a movie every episode. I was thinking, damn, this is a good show. But it did kind of end where it could be the end of it, but I don't know. They did have a lot of name brand actors. Did you watch Westworld?
I did not, but it was on TV for a while, though, right?
Yeah, they did about 4 or 5 seasons. Yeah, they did 4.
That's the typical TV run. If we're being realistic, that honestly 5 seasons is the typical, unless you're Grey's Anatomy, The Walking Dead, unless you're one of those type of shows.
Right.
5 seasons is pretty good.
That's true. That's a good point. They did 4, but it was about the same.
Did it end well? Like, were you pleased with the ending of it? Like, was it okay?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, the way they have it, you could probably keep going and going and going and going and going if they wanted to. Just say it's a different theme park that had stuff starting or whatever, but they kind of made a disease that was kind of attacking them, all the robots, because they were like robots that kind of like became self-aware, like Terminator. And imagine the Disneyland robots become self-aware and start taking over stuff. Yeah, so except they blended in like Westworld was. Imagine it was supposed to be an adult theme park where you can go on like Western safari hunts or whatever safari and shooting people, having sex with the robots, all kind of stuff. Yeah, and then you couldn't tell the difference. So they could be walking around, like say if a robot killed you, they can make one identical to you and then have it walking around and people don't even know it's been switched.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
And that was kind of happening. So they was trying to take over the world by the 4th season, and then they created the disease and other stuff. So, you know, it was interesting, but I don't know. I guess not too many people watch Westworld. I ain't seen too many people comment on it too much, but yeah, it's the networks always put their money in the shows we don't know. So I guess not too many people that's why it's canceled.
Maybe because of the viewership. Yeah, maybe.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't notice. All right. Well, next topic. I'm gonna let you go ahead and break it down. What's up with Drake and Megan the Stallion? I did have it sitting here. Okay. Go ahead and kick it off while I pull it up.
Lord, Drake. All right, y'all. So we've heard about a million times already Megan the Stallion versus Tory Lanez and the shooting incident. It's been very controversial. She's dealt with a lot of hate. Some people believe her, some people don't. Some people have been bullying her over the last year or so. They're going to court soon. So it's a whole thing.
Let me ask you one quick thing for people that's like me that don't know all of this stuff so detailed.
Okay.
Did she get shot, and did Tory Lanez do it? What happened on that, so that maybe we can understand why people may be mad or not mad about what Drake said?
She was injured. There is physical evidence that she was injured. My thing is this. He definitely had a gun and he fired it off. Now, maybe he meant to do like a warning shot and maybe the bullet bounced and he didn't realize it was actually going to hit her. Sure, I'll buy that. If he says he didn't mean to hit her with, the bullet, okay. But you can't deny.
Now, I had heard something. Again, let me ask you this, because I know if for you all that don't know, this woman, this is what she do, kind of follow these type of things. So definitely check her out. Where can they find your articles?
On thejasminebrand.com.
There you have it. All right. So just for clarity, because again, I don't know, I've heard that it wasn't him that did it. It was her. It was somebody else. Something happened.
Yeah, they tried to say because in the vehicle there were two other people, her former friend and I think security guard, and of course the driver. But it was him. There was a dispute. I mean, you're not faking that. And for people, oh, she stepped on glass. Oh, what? Like, come on, you guys, come on. This woman was literally limping, bleeding while the police were helicopter. I mean, y'all, come on. So
I think the article does say he tried to make her dance like Eddie Murphy in Harlem Nights. And this article I'm posting, it did say that.
Yeah, it says something about he told her to dance. Yeah, I don't even. That sounds so silly. I mean, he may have. I don't know.
Right. Okay, let me stop interrupting you. Go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
No, but it's become this entire frenzy on the internet for over a year now. And it's just actually almost 2 years. It happened in 2020 during COVID. So yeah, almost 2 years. This has been a thing. And I really don't like that we are doubting this woman we're so hypocritical. We're so fickle as people. 1 minute is believe women, believe Black women. Then the next minute we're sitting here questioning a girl that actually has physical proof that she was injured in an altercation. You know, and people get into the semantics. Oh, well, the bullet just come on, y'all.
Too close.
Something happened. Something happened. Something happened. And she was hurt and she was injured. Something happened. And he's not taking accountability. He's trying to shame her. He's written songs about her. He's talked mess online. He was actually the first one to speak out in a negative way and make it contentious, because she was being hush about it.
Well, let me ask you this: why is Drake getting involved in this? Does he like her? Did she play him? I mean, why is he involved in something that to me it seems he don't have no place in?
Have no idea. Drake, for those who don't know, is typically not problematic. He typically, besides his little fake beefs here and there, Kanye West and whoever else, he's not problematic. Okay. So this is actually shocking to a lot of Drake fans. For whatever reason, he put a verse in his song and dissing her, questioning her, all this stuff. I don't know if he's besties with Tory Lanez, but
New Distro Airwaves says Drake was venting and speaking up for Tory Lanez because he is under gag order. What do you think?
Could be. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're besties. I wasn't aware they were close, but maybe they're besties. I still think it was inappropriate. It was unnecessary. It was too risky, and it's not worth it. And now look at you, Drake. Now you have fans, diehard fans, that are literally conflicted about supporting your album because of this nonsense. I think it's like the third song on the album that he takes the diss at her. I just think it's effed up, and I can't wait till this is over. I believe they go to trial. They go to court, whatever, next month, so December. So I'm really hoping it gets finalized. Nothing gets postponed. I hope it just, I want this to be done. But the fact, again, that someone is physically injured and people are sitting here questioning if she was shot at is ignorant to me. And it's actually very, very hurtful. It's very hurtful.
Well, let me ask you this.
It's very hurtful.
I can understand that. Let me ask you this. I did hear that he shot her at first, and then I heard something change up or something and saying he didn't or she did or something else. So what was all of that? What happened with that? Because that's
I mean, like I said, there's been a lot of back and forth, so I can't and it's been 2 years, so I can't remember the exact order of events, but he's denied, he's denied it. He's never admitted to anything. But didn't she release text messages or something? She has proof of him saying to her, I'm sorry, apologizing to her. So days after the incident. So it's a lot to it. It's been 2 years. It's been dragged out. It's just.
Mm-hmm. So according to this article, it was saying that she claimed there was an argument begun because she was ready to go and everybody else wasn't ready to go. Mm-hmm. And she said, that's normal. People have that type of stuff go on. And then she said all she heard was this man screaming, and he said, dance, and started shooting. And she said she didn't want to move too quick. She didn't know if she might get shot somewhere important. I mean, getting shot anywhere is important, but I get what she's saying. Yeah. And so then she said that she never been shot at before, didn't know what was going on. She was upset. And she said that maybe people are treating her this way because of her size or because she seems strong. Do you think that might be backfiring because she's the strong stallion, strong Black woman? Do you think people maybe because she said maybe she's not light enough or petite enough. I don't want to say that the lightness may be it, but maybe she doesn't feel like the woman in help or the damsel in distress, so called. I didn't think about that, but when I read that in this article, it did make me kind of think a little bit. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think
I
she's
don't.
from that?
This is why, and people wonder why women don't speak up when they're in domestic violence situations or they've been sexually assaulted. Literally, this is a prime example of why women are scared, because I can only imagine being in a situation like that and knowing the truth, knowing what happened to me, and having half the world defend me while the other half question me and say all types of horrendous things about me. I mean, I don't know. I know that Black women are at the bottom of the totem pole, and I just know we have to always fight to be heard, and this stuff happens all the time. And sometimes it feels like men do not care. There really are two sets of men in the world. I know men that are respectful, that if they ever saw something happen, they would defend the woman. If they ever had a friend that was aggressive, would check them. Then there's other men who don't. There's a lot of men in this world that turn a blind eye, even to domestic disputes.
Okay.
I
I'll speak on that a little bit from a man's perspective, because I've heard women say what you're saying about men don't turn a blind eye, or men should check their friend if they do this or that.
Especially their friend. Let me just say this. I understand as a man, if you're out publicly and you see something, I understand why you would be apprehensive to get involved. You don't know them, you don't know what they're capable of doing. I can understand it. But when it's someone if you have a homie that is a little aggressive, can be kind of rough, and you turn a blind eye, that I can't respect. And there are a lot of men that do that. Not all, but there are a lot of men that do that.
Right. So I'll tell you this, as far as men, the guy code, it's unwritten code. But as men, women, you guys think we may probably check each other, or should in a way, but in a way, men, we kind of stay out of each other's business in a way. So when you have that type of kind of culture as men, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just explaining why it may be the way it is.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of culture of mind your own business, or you may say some stuff to a friend like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that or treating her like this, but you're not going to fight him or go to a certain level, maybe, you know what I mean, with it, because it's not your business, you know what I mean, in a way. Now, is that a good way of doing things? No, and it's, messed up. It's only when certain extreme kind of thing, like a guy may have a friend that he knows treats his woman like crap, and he may tell him when they're around drinking a beer or whatever, hey, you shouldn't do this or that. But he would never stop him or go and, make it where they wouldn't do that unless something happened and you was right in front of me type thing. Now it's my business because you in front of me. But as men, you kind of don't tell another man what to do or not do in their own home. That's messed up if he beating the hell out of his woman or kids or stuff like that. But that's just like kind of a culture of a man that we kind of mind our own business. And yeah, you may tell your friend this, that, and the other, but you're not gonna go kick in his door or go in his house and you know what I mean? Certain things.
No one's saying go be a superhero. It's as simple. Right. Check your friend, but you're right, and I appreciate you breaking it down, even though it's it's not good. That
It's
is the
not
culture.
good. Right.
That is
Because
the
now
culture.
I'm fighting you, the man. Now we're fighting. You know what I mean? And
Well,
now we may end up
different,
shooting
but
and killing each other.
women are so different. Like if we had a friend,
Y'all are different. Y'all would
sounds
talk about it.
crazy to say it, but if my friend was in our, if my friend was sexually assaulting people, it's like, where do you draw the line? Even as a man, even under that code, where do you draw the line?
Like, yeah, so
The
if I knew, so if you knew she was with black eyes and stuff, I don't want to make it sound so bad that it takes this much. But in a way, it kind of does take an extreme amount for a man to go over into your business. Now, if we was all out front outside and smacked or did something to a woman in front, that's different. I think a lot of guys may say something or stop or step in, but would they go and pick up the phone and call some, 911 or probably not?
I mean, that's hard if it's your friend. I mean, I get that, but it's just, really the stepping in thing. But it just, I don't know. It just, as a woman, it's very tough sometimes to feel like you have no voice against the world, and then let alone your own people.
Yeah, so. I'm sure. I mean, I never really truly related to what you guys go through until my health situations changed. And now I don't feel like I could beat everybody up or do this or do that. Not that I could have did it anyway, of course, but as a man, you think, oh man, I hit him in the mouth, or I'll do this and do that. Then when your health is in question and if you honest with yourself, oh man, now I see, like I feel kind of vulnerable now. So that's Mr. 9 Millie. No, I'm just but gotta have the equalizer. I feel much better now. But yeah, man, I get it. It is something. You ladies, you guys have a lot to think about, and it's some things like talking with some of the ladies friends of mine. You guys have a lot of things.
Keep that same energy when Tori gets found innocent. Okay, sure.
Mark Thibodeau.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but he's definitely not innocent. That's for sure. Right. He did something happened.
So let me ask you this: is she gonna testify?
She might. I have no idea. I don't know the court documents. I don't know, but
I don't know.
I know they're going to trial. It's going to court, next month. So
that's kind of big.
I just think it's ignorant to question literally semantics. Like that's like me coming out and saying I got into this person attacked me, and I just don't understand. Like because y'all are saying, oh, the bullet grazed. Like what the fuck are we saying? Like something happened. This
That's
girl
why they call it attempted.
This girl didn't have a cut and bleeding out her damn. I mean, like, where do y'all think happened? What do y'all think happened? Someone's gonna say, "Oh, she stepped on glass in the middle of the road." Okay, where the fuck the glass come from? It's semantics. It really is. Like something happened, y'all. Whether you like Tory Lanez or not, and again, another artist, I actually like him. I actually liked him before the situation. So I'm not even being biased. I was a fan of Tory Lanez. So I'm not even being biased. I'm legitimately like, damn, bro, I freaking F's with you, but this don't look good. Like I'm looking at it from a certain point of view. I'm not being biased at all. But y'all the same ones that be defending Trey Songz too. People just
what did Trey Songz do?
A lot of ignorance. It's a lot of ignorance. And people, just because someone drops charges does not mean the other person is innocent. Just letting you know. There's all types of little loopholes and things that happen, statute of limitations, different things happen. So just for the people in the back that don't know.
That's true. And I was gonna say this is kind of big in a sense because in my memory, I know rappers got a lot more drama now than ever before, but I don't remember two rappers going to court and trial against one another.
That's a great point. I
Yeah,
think
big rappers too.
Yeah, big names. I think that's part of the reason why it's taken 2 years. If it was a random Joe Schmo, it would have been, please, case, it would have been done already.
And
But
New Distro Airwaves says, when is the case? In this article, they said that he had it pushed back till December.
yeah, it got postponed a couple
Yeah,
times. So
that's what they do when you got money like this, and that's a trick to keep you out longer. Another trick, postpone it 2 years. Say if they'd have had a speedy trial, he could have been in jail for the last year and a half, or whatever. So he been free, living life for the last year, 2 years, so they postpone and delay and delay and delay. People forget stuff get lost, and in the meantime, you still free. So, it's a win-win, hopefully, for them, because like we were saying, you can't remember some of the things. We all forget stuff. That's human condition, so everybody is not writing stuff down about what happened, you know what I mean? Witnesses and different things. Mark Thibodeau says Snoop and Suge. They didn't go to court, though, in trial. I think Master P got Snoop out of that contract with Suge and Death Row.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, Master P got Snoop out of that, and they didn't go to court or trial. They had beef, but they didn't go to court or trial. All right, this is the last thing on this before we move on, and it's Ill Woods, my boy. He said her friend shot her, from my understanding, and the investigators also stated he didn't have no gun residue on him, and you get that when you fire a gun. He say, I'm not a fan of either, just stating the alleged facts. Okay, so, and then Distro said, did you believe her interview with Gail?
I did. However, she lied on her Hello Kitty. She lied about the sexual relations with Tory Lanez. She did lie about that. That is very clear.
She said she
did. She did lie about her
no,
Hello
I'm saying
Kitty.
She said that she did have sexual relations, or she didn't. What would
she's saying that she did not, and that is, they definitely messed around. Now, whether it was sexual intercourse, of course, we don't know that. It could have been other stuff fooling around, but all the other details that she gave, I definitely believe her.
Okay, and just for information for everybody out there, isn't Tory Lanez like how tall, and how tall is she?
He's like 2, 5'3", I don't know, 5'4", one of them. He's pretty short. I could be wrong. I'm 5'3.5", so he's probably my height.
Right, and as a man, and you with the Stallion,
they have people have little man syndrome, and it's real. Like, and his rap sheet isn't the best, y'all, either. Like, he has a violent past. He's into it. He just beat up, or attempted to beat up August Alsina. That's one suit that he has. One situation he has. There's this other Miami promoter, reality TV star, that he got into two physical altercations with. So I mean,
damn,
he's got some stuff under his belt. He he ain't innocent. So it's not, to me, it's not looking too good for him. But
yeah,
what do I know? Yeah, Napoleon complex. That's real. That is very real.
It's a Negrolian, Black Napoleon. But yeah, so yeah, they made an interesting couple, to say the least. But well, right, I don't know if they was a couple, but
we'll say friends. They were very close friends
with a possible benefit.
With a possible benefit.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me pull up my last topic. I'll be sure. I just had it here, and it seems that, let me see. All right, here we go. So a lot of people were unsure that he was gonna make it. One thing about I'll Be Sure that I didn't know is that he's been a radio host lately. And so, are you familiar with I'll Be Sure by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he is awake and doing better. His son, who looks just like him, his son is Crown Camacho from Raising Canaan, if anybody didn't know.
Quincy.
Yeah, Quincy. He was raised by Sean Puffy Combs, and that's a whole nother story of what happened with that. Yeah, I'm sure you could elaborate on that if you like. But
I actually don't know the details as to why. I mean, for years, like Diddy was damn near his father. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that
because Diddy was with Kim Porter, and I believe Kim Porter is his mom.
Yeah.
And so that's how.
That's okay. It's just that. Okay. I didn't know if there was like a bigger issue or a bigger thing.
I think it might have been some drama or beef or something at one time. And so he wasn't speaking with his dad, I'll be sure. And he was mostly with Puff. And so that's why he looked at Diddy as his father. But
yeah.
I believe Kim Porter is his mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And she died recently in a unfortunate, mysterious circumstance.
So sad.
Yeah, that was very sad. So I'll Be Sure is 54 years old, and he said, "Stay on top of your health after waking up from a coma after 2 months." And it says that on Monday, Albert Joseph Brown. He shared the picture and stuff, said, "Very humble, thank you, and submissively grateful. All praises due to Allah." And he said that he'll share some more of his experiences later. And he just had a birthday. Look at him walking with the gait belt, legs super skinny.
Oh, he looks skinny. Damn.
Yeah. What do you think about I'll Be Sure and what's going on in healthcare in general?
Yeah, it's kind of shocking, but I could have sworn a few months ago something similar came out, and then someone came and was like, "No, it's not true." I could have sworn I saw a headline similar to this a few months ago, but they said it was a no. They said it wasn't true. So people moved on, but it looks like it was kind of true then. I'm glad he's doing better. That's scary to be in a coma for 2 months. That is very scary. So I'm really happy that he's doing better.
Yeah,
I want to see our music legends live, as long as possible. So
yeah, man, we got to take care of our health, and one thing in the Black community, we don't take our health for granted. And it's all going back, some people say, well, slavery or, this or that, but a lot of our behaviors is passed back from, we don't go to the doctor as much, especially Black men, because we couldn't go to the doctor as much. And so that behavior of not going to the doctor is somewhat passed down from father to, son or family, or when we would get hurt as kids, we didn't go to the doctor that often because we didn't have insurance or afford it and different things or opportunity. It did help us in a way.
There's something about men, though. It's men don't like to go to, y'all really don't like to go to the doctor. And I've seen it past racial lines. I mean, it don't matter what race, ethnicity, what country you from. Men don't like, and I'm like, women don't fucking like it either. But the difference is we're damn near forced to go at 16 to go to the OBGYN. So we are which is again another thing that's not fair to us women. We have to be forced in such an uncomfortable position at such a young age. So we're kind of used to it. Is not fun. It is still, me as a grown woman, it is still awkward. Very awkward.
Yeah, I got something to add to that about this one.
So imagine being 16, but anyway, we're used to it. So we don't like it, but we have to do it. And that's kind of the difference, is that's been instilled in us versus y'all have been able to kind of get away with the health stuff, you know what I mean, for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. We don't have as many things to look out after. And so we get used to not going. And
Yeah.
then, you know what I mean? I've probably been to the doctor only 3 times or 4 times in my life before, health
What?
issues changed. Yeah, I mean, going to the doctor for what? Now, when that's up until I was 33, then things changed. But up until I was 33, I mean, being honest, I probably only been to the doctor 2 or 3 times.
Damn.
And that was just a checkup. That's it. 33 years. I never went to the doctor,
Everyone, please take your health seriously. Young people are dying like at a different rate than ever before. Like I'm in my 30s. I'm nervous. I'm like, shit, I don't want to get this. I don't want to get that. I mean, there's a lot. It's at least, you guys, at least go for your yearly checkup, because you have no idea what can be discovered. Get your blood work done, see what's going on with you internally. At least, if you don't go to the doctor for nothing else, at least go for your 1-year checkup. That way they can do a full, physical, and just make sure everything's good. Just go once a year. That's it. Once a year. That's all I ask of y'all. Once a year. That's it.
I like that. And you know what else I'll say to you ladies watching? Because you guys go to the doctor a lot more than the guys do. So encourage your guys to go to the doctor. Hey, because I mean, if your lady is saying it, you might go more than if we just say, well, because to be honest with you, I didn't even know how to find a doctor. And I didn't even know, like, how do you find a doctor? How do you know what doctor is good? How do you do all that? I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And even now, I still don't feel that comfortable with saying you could just do this, that, and the other. And, it's still kind of weird, to find a doctor and stuff. Like, it ain't like any other bit. I want to find a mechanic. I know what to do.
In today's time, it's much easier. Google is your friend. And there's different sites. I wish I could remember it now. I'm gonna butcher it, but there's one website where you can literally find doctors, read their bio, read their years of experience, what they specialize in. Same thing for mental health, same thing for a therapist. Anyone looking for a therapist, please go to psychologytoday.com. You literally can find anyone on there. Find people that take your insurance, find people that are in your area, read their bio, see what they specialize in. We have resources nowadays. So back in the day, I can understand, but today we have a lot of resources, because I'm picky about my doctors as well. So I like to read up on people and get a feel before going in. So just something, for y'all to know if you don't already.
I appreciate you saying that. And I just learned something right there. I hope some other people, if they didn't know, got that info and, use it and check it out, because it is real that you do need to know who you're dealing with. We kind of have it that, a doctor or a lawyer, well, they must be good. They're a doctor or lawyer, and it is a difference. They could have been graduated at the bottom of their class or have issues such as this documentary, Baby God. You see that segue right there? But
hey, that was smooth.
Smooth. So this guy was a fertility doctor and the OBGYN in Nevada. And when women would come and he would have them in the stirrups, he'd say, hold that thought, go in the next room and whip up a little bit of his own personal baby batter. Come back in and squirt it in there. And this dude has hundreds of kids. These women thought they were getting their husband's semen. This dude was squirting himself in there. He never went to jail, never went to, anything. He had lawyers, he had money, was able to pay. And here's the worst part. You know that your mom was wronged by this dude, but you're alive and you're his descendant. What are you going to do? Like, the only way to get rid of this crime is to what? Have everybody that was born be killed? You're not going to do that. You ain't going to die. So, and then if you have children, you're keeping the crime going and going and going and going. And, you know, you got to look up into this stuff because it was some complaints, but nothing went through. And back in the day, it was harder. And look at this dude. And although he was really smart, and all the people, they all look like him, similar, and got glasses, and they smart, but I don't know. How would you feel if you went to a fertility clinic and you were trying to have a child, and then you have a child and you raised this child, thought it was yours and your husband's or whatever, come to find out it was the fertility doctors? What could you do? I mean, and
It
then
would
he dies.
It would take everything in me not to kill him. I mean, I'm at a loss for words because this is so.
How would you feel about your child?
Oh my God, that would change everything. Obviously, I would still love my child, but that would change. That would change some stuff in here. You know what I mean? That would change some stuff. I would not treat my child any different, but mentally and emotionally, I would be like, oh my God, you know, it's. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a mind F right there.
It is, and it's on HBO. So anybody want to check it out? I know right now we don't have a lot to watch that we normally watch. So Baby God, it's only an hour, I think. Yeah, hour and 20 minutes. And
when did this happen? What year? When did this happen? In the
60s? He did this for like 30 years. Yes, he did it for like 30 years. And he never, like I say, and here's the worst part. I don't want to spoil it because this is something y'all should really watch. This dude had adopted 2 girls. He became their personal OBGYN when they was like 7 or 8. He's going and doing it. And now these women are grown and he's dead and left all this money and stuff. They be defending him because they don't want to pay any money to the victims and stuff. And they be defending him and saying,
how did he not get charged or anything? How did he not get charged? I don't understand. It's because he died before people found out?
No, he was alive and was in court. He had lawyers and money and they was able to, you know, I mean, y'all got to watch the exact thing, but whatever happened, they was able to make a settlement, pay, do whatever. Dude never went to jail once.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, he died at like 98 years old or something, 95. He lived to be in his 90s.
Ew, that's some sick stuff right there.
Yeah, died of old age. And the women, he would leave the women there with their legs open and thang out and go in the next room and do that. And the women would be like wondering, like, what's going on? And then he come back and insert them.
Woo! That's enough of that.
Yeah. HBO Max, baby.
Crazy. I'll watch something else.
Crazy.
That was too wild for me, but
it'll make you more aware. You'll have that extra eye on your next OBGYN. You'll be like, hey,
what you doing down there?
All right. You having a little too much fun. If you were supposed to clock out at 3, you over here, it's 6 o'clock. You do too much overtime for free. You enjoy your job too much.
Sometimes, and this might be ignorant. Oh well. Sometimes I wonder, like, what makes a man want to be an OBGYN? And because vaginas are not cute. They're not cute. And it's not just you're looking at them, you're doing and well,
it's not cute to you because you got one. Just like what I got don't look cute to me.
What the doctor has to do. No, y'all men are so freaking squeamish. If y'all knew what really happens, y'all would be like, oh, get that away from. So it ain't cute and sexy down there when they doing what they got to do. It ain't cute.
They still like to play that little 3-card Monty, you know.
I just wonder when doctors were in med school, like what made them say, you know what? I think I can do this. I think I'm gonna be an OBGYN. I'm just so curious.
That is good question. I got a friend that's a doctor. He's not an OBGYN, but we did talk about that one time. And you know, it wasn't what he was interested in, but you know, I guess, you know, guys that are doctors, you got to try to find sometimes a niche.
Yeah.
You know, so they like that little niche that you got.
I guess so. God bless them. I mean, we need them, so thank you.
But it's starting to be more women OBGYNs than men, I've heard.
I think it's always been more women.
Okay.
I think it's always been more women, but you know, there's some men, but
okay. I thought it was more men.
I could be wrong. I haven't done the research, but I
definitely did the research.
I always thought it was more women, more female OBGYNs than men, but who knows?
I can see why women would prefer a female right now for that. But men would prefer a female for stuff too.
True.
You know, but I don't know, man. Would I rather a man have to stick the finger and check the prostate or a woman? Let me ask y'all in the comments right quick. Hold that thought before we get out of here. Men, would you rather a man check your prostate or a woman? Put a 1 M for man, put a 2 W for woman, put a 3 if you don't care, as long as that finger clean.
Oh God. Y'all please get checked. I'm serious. That is literally my father doing his yearly checkup. That is how he found out that he had cancer. So literally blood, that's how it happens. You go in for your regular checkup, they do blood work, the doctors see, oh, okay, these numbers are too high or these numbers are too low. Okay, let me refer you to this person. Okay, let me send you to that person. Let's do this, let's do that. Boom. That's how people find out. So if you don't do nothing else, go to your yearly checkups once a year. That's all I ask. That's it.
And with that, we're gonna leave it on that note. We'll see before we go. Woman doctor Savannah Rivers say as long as it's clean. Woman James Kelly, a woman. I guess, you know, I haven't had the finger yet. So I just thought about it right now live. Man, I really don't want the finger at all, but I know I'm gonna have to have it. I'm getting up there in age. Yeah, I don't know what I want, man. Damn, that's a hard one right there. But up bump.
Boom.
Right. I guess as long as it's clean and
not clean. As long as the doctor is cool, man. I feel like if the doctor has a cool personality, makes you feel comfortable, you'll be all right. I feel.
Don't look me in the eye. It's a turn off.
Oh my gosh.
With that, I appreciate you for coming, Monique.
Yes. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Everybody, make sure y'all go and subscribe to my girl. Check her out. She got new content coming out all the time. Link in the description. Everybody, y'all have a good weekend. We'll be back Sunday to talk about a little something. We'll see what's up. If not, Monday. But, you know, everybody, y'all have a good weekend. Be safe. And we out of here. Deuces.
Peace.